Hi guys, today we learn about difference between rational number and irrational number. Okay, so we're going to learn the difference between rational and irrational. Irrational. Okay, yeah. So before going to know the difference between rational and irrational numbers, you need to learn some basic concepts. You need to know about basic concepts like natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, what are real numbers, all those. Okay, so just quickly get into those. First, what is a natural number? Natural number is denoted by an. Natural numbers are nothing but the daily numbers which we count, like 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4. These all are natural numbers up to infinity. Okay, then what are whole numbers? Whole numbers are indicated with W. Whole numbers is nothing but these are also natural numbers including 0. Okay, there is there is no 0 in natural numbers, but in whole numbers there will be 0. 0 comma 1 comma 2 comma 3 so on up to infinity is whole numbers. Now coming to the integers. What are integers? See, when there is a number line, okay, let me draw a number line for you quickly. Yeah, now so coming to the integers, if there's a number line, let's take a line. If there's a number line like this, 1 minute, let's pick up the line. Yeah, if there's a number line like this and there are some numbers like this, 0 will be in between. Okay, minus 1, minus 2, like that, right? This is a number line, 1, 2, something like that. So integer z is nothing but it includes all the numbers, all the negative numbers, 0, positive numbers, everything. Okay, so then z is equal to, we can say, minus 757, for example. Okay, comma minus 66, comma minus 21, comma 0, comma 5. These all, etc. This all comes under integers. Yeah. Now coming to the rational numbers. So these are called integers. These are integers. Integers are denoted by Z. Now coming to the next one. Rational numbers. Now coming to rational numbers. Okay. Now coming to rational numbers. Rational numbers is denoted by Q. Examples of rational numbers are Q equal to 1 by 2, comma 3 by 4, comma minus 2005 by 2006, comma 71, comma minus 6625, comma 0. These all comes under rational numbers. Okay, here. So first, okay, these all are examples of rational numbers, but what is a rational number? Rational number R is called a rational number if it can be written in the form of P by Q. One minute. R is called a rational number if a number can be written in the form of P by Q. That means something like 3 by 4. Okay, the number which has got numerator and denominator, I mean to say. So it's called a rational number. A number R is called a rational number if it can be written in the form of P by Q, where Q is not equal to 0. Here Q should not be equal to 0. That means denominator should never be equal to 0. Then it is called a rational number. So let us see all these basic concepts: natural numbers, whole numbers, the simple diagram. So if we say this circle as a natural number, then what are whole numbers? Whole numbers, I'm selecting one more circle. So in order to explain it clearly in the form of diagram, Venn diagram, so all natural numbers are whole numbers, all natural and whole numbers are integers, all natural whole integers are together called rational numbers, and these all different types of numbers together called real numbers. But and irrational numbers is different from rational numbers. Okay. So here rational number, the rational number comes from the word ratio. Okay, it comes from the word ratio, and the letter, we indicate rational number with Q. So the letter Q comes from the word quotient. It comes from the word quotient. Yes. Now what is irrational number? Irrational number. What is irrational number? It is a real number. Irrational number is also a real number. Okay, and rational and irrational numbers fall under real numbers. Okay, right. So irrational number is a real number that cannot be expressed as a simple fraction of two integers. That means we cannot express irrational number in the form of P by Q. We cannot express it. Okay. Yeah, that is called as irrational number. Example, root 2 is there. We cannot express it in the form of P by Q. Root 2, root 3, root 5, comma, pi, comma, 1.0011011. These all are called irrational numbers. Yeah. Now, let us express the same thing by using diagram. Okay, yeah, there it is. Let us see this. Oh, the picture is not clear. Let me explain you with the other one. Yes. Now as you can see here, so rational and irrational numbers comes under real numbers. Okay, rational and irrational numbers comes under real numbers. As we have discussed before, under rational numbers we have natural numbers, whole numbers, integers and rational numbers. Under irrational numbers, we'll have the examples are pi, root 3, root 10, 9.9, something like that. Okay? Yeah. Now let us try to know more difference between rational numbers and irrational numbers. Coming to these rational numbers, then the remainder becomes 0. Okay, in the rational numbers, the remainder can become 0. Here, the decimal expansion, for example, decimal expansion. For example, 0, 0 point. Why is it not writing? My pen is not writing. 0.8 is there, okay? The decimal expansion ends or terminates, okay? The decimal expansion ends or terminates after a finite number of steps. For example, I'll explain you by taking the example, okay? 7 by 8 is there. 7 divided by 8. Seven divided by 8. If you divide, what happens? How do you divide it? 0 point, okay? So here we'll get 0. 8 into what is 78? 1 is 16, 8 is 25, 4 is 30, 4 is what? 8 is 4, 8 is 64. 8 8s are 64. Array, what happened to my pen? 8 8s are 64. You get 6. Like that, you'll get the answer as 8750, 0.875. So here the decimal expansion is ending over here, right? Yes, here the decimal expansion ends or terminates after a finite number of steps. There will be a particular pattern also. They may repeat 875, 875, 875 and it will end. It may also terminate after finite number of steps. This is about rational. So the remainder becomes 0 is of one type under rational. Where is that? The remainder becomes 0 is of one type. This is of one type, okay? Now coming to the second type of rational number. Coming to the second type of rational number. Second type of rational number. Remainder will never become 0. Okay, it will never become 0. And it has got non-terminating recurring decimal expansion. It has got non-terminating expansion. So to clearly explain the same concept, the above concept again, the decimal expansion of rational numbers are of two types, okay? The decimal expansion decimal expansion of rational numbers. Decimal expansion of rational numbers. Instead of rational, I'm writing here. The decimal expansion of rational numbers are of two types. Okay. Number one, number two. The first one is terminating. Okay, just 0.3. It is the expansion where the expansion got terminated, right? And the second will be non-terminating. Non-terminating, comma, recurring. Recurring means it goes on continuing in some pattern. Okay, that is called recurring. So decimal expansion of rational numbers are of two types, terminating and non-terminating. Here comes the difference between rational numbers and irrational numbers. Now you'll come to know. Now, in the form of, I mean to say, taking the concept of decimal expansion, I'm clearly going to express you what is the difference between rational numbers and irrational numbers. Till now we have seen the rational numbers. Now we'll see irrational numbers. Now we'll see the decimal expansion of irrational numbers. Okay, decimal expansion of irrational numbers. The decimal expansion of an irrational number is non-terminating. It is non-terminating. It doesn't, 1 minute. It is non-terminating. It is non-terminating and non-recurring also. Non-recurring. Okay, what do you mean by non-terminating? The points, I mean the numbers after decimal point will never end. That means after point you'll get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 something. Okay, what do you mean by non-recurring? It doesn't follow any pattern. For example, in the decimal expansion of rational numbers, suppose for example 0.584 is there. In that there is some pattern, the numbers are repeating, they are following some pattern. But in the decimal expansion of irrational numbers, there will be no such pattern. Okay, pattern will not be repeated. That is called non-recurring. For example, yeah, for example, S is equal to 0.1011 011 012340. Okay, here for example S is equal to, we have taken this decimal number, so here there is no pattern followed. Here the 1 is repeated 2 times, here 3 times, there is no pattern followed. Okay, it is called irrational number. So what is the difference between rational number and irrational number? Rational number can be written in the form of P by Q. Irrational number cannot be written in the form of P by Q. In the rational numbers, there are two types of decimal expansion, terminating and non-terminating. But in the irrational numbers, there is only one type of expansion, that is non-terminating, non-recurrent. Thank you for today's section, guys. Bye. See you in the next class.